Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We bring you stories of faith, love, and devotion. Yeah, just kidding, please help us grow by hitting that like button. Now on to the story. Caught GF in a lie. Need help. Advice. Well, it's currently 4:30 am and I got home at 3:20 am from work to see my GF through the windows hurrying out of the living room holding her phone like she's talking to someone on video chat. Automatically my gut is screaming at me, telling me something isn't right. I walk in and she's clearly drunk, talking to some girl, and she quickly ends the call and is asking me how my night was at work. I ask who she was talking to and she says Jermaine's wife. I asked, oh, so you still talk to Jermaine? She shakes her head while looking at the ground. No. Not very much. I look on the kitchen counter and I see she has a corset there. And I pick it up and ask her about it. Why is this here? She replies, oh, I was just wearing it to help me fit into my jeans. Really? I just stare at her. She then excuses herself to the bathroom, wonder why, and heads upstairs. I'm hearing laundry going. She's doing chores at 4:30 in the morning. Then she goes into my oldest son's room and passes out in his bed next to him. I view my house cameras. And of course she's talking to some guy. My son wakes up and he tells me moms have been up all night. She's been pretty loud and talking to someone on the phone. I asked if he knew who she was talking to and he replied to a friend of hers from work. I'm bouncing between being mad and utterly crushed for my kids. We were together for 8 years and split up for 5 years, and it hasn't even been 2 months since she's been living in my house again. My boys have been so happy living here with their mom. I'm so pissed off at her that she can be this selfish to blow up the family like this again. She's got to go. I'm not doing this again with her. I have all the evidence I need when she wakes up from her drunken blackout. I don't care if she slept with the guy or not. She lied. The trust is broken. And seeing how before she has cheated on me, I can't trust her again. There's no point. I told her she had one chance and not to duck it up. I'm laying in my bed typing this from my phone. My oldest son is next to me since his drunk mom took his bed. I locked my bedroom door so she can't come in. Reddit. What advice can you give me? What options do I have from here on to handle this? I have no idea how to update, so I'm just going to edit this post. Sorry it's taken me so long to update, and I'm sorry for my lack of replies. I have read every comment. It's just been a crazy day. I'm going to answer some questions before updating. My boys are ages 7 and 9, her daughters are 1 and 3. I am 34, she is 32. Her daughter's dad, let's call him D, is a loser. And a hoarder. As soon as my soon-to-be ex left him, he had his mom move in to help with bills and watch his kids when he has them. Let's call the soon-to-be ex H. We dated for 8 years. When I finally had enough, I left H in 2017. I spent the next 5 years improving myself and healing. I spent years in therapy and got help with medication. Focused on my boys and my career. Made new friends and got into new hobbies. A few months ago my boys told me that when D would get aggravated he would lock them outside whenever their mom H wasn't home. After finding this out, I immediately contacted H and told her the situation. Long story short, she left him and moved out. She had nowhere else to go, so decided to move into the spare room at my house till she could save enough to get her own place. We all know how that worked out. So to the update. So after waking up at 6 am to get my boys ready for school and feeding them breakfast, I took a look in to check on soon-to-be ex. She hasn't even moved from her original position I found her in. I can already tell how this morning is going to play out. After bringing the boys to school, I contacted my best friend who happens to be my neighbor and told him what happened. He told me to pack up my range bag and we left to go shooting. A big hobby of mine is target shooting, and we spent the morning at the range and talking. After that I decided I needed to head home and deal with the situation. After getting home I noticed on my cameras she just woke up and she looked like she was having a rough one. I know for a fact she didn't sleep with anyone. But I do know she was video chatting with a guy and was changing her clothes in front of him. The point is, she lied to me about who she was talking to, and after everything that happened in our past relationship, if she can lie and get wasted on a Monday night when the kids have school in the morning, she can't be trusted. She was already working on building my trust and couldn't be honest with me. So boom. It's done. She has zero respect for me and just goes to show she has no remorse for the way she treated me in the past. I'm not a meal ticket and I'm not going to be someone's financial security. I sat in the kitchen and waited for her to come down. She came in, looked at me and looked at the floor without saying anything. I then say after a few moments, we need to have a talk about what happened last night and your behavior. I know we do. I just want you to know I'm so sorry, I don't remember much of anything. That's convenient. I'm not here to argue about what happened and what didn't happen. The fact is, you lied to me last night and that's all I need to know. The cameras exposed your lies and I have the videos here if you would like to see them to refresh your memory. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, my name. Going forward. When you get home later you need to move your stuff into the spare bedroom. And you need to start saving money and looking for a new place to live. You have 30 days to get your crap together and move out. Okay, I understand, I just really don't know what I lied about. I don't remember anything and I'm not trying to excuse my actions, I just want to talk and give you my side. But you don't remember your side, right? Well, if you're going to put words in my mouth, never mind. Do not turn this around on me. Remember, it's not just me you let down. You let down not just the boys but your daughters today as well. You were supposed to pick them up from Dee's place. I know. No, I don't think you do know. You let everyone down with your selfish actions. You need to figure yourself out. Because I'm not doing this again with you. Okay, but can we talk about this? I've been stressed out lately. I haven't had my medication in a week and I haven't talked to my therapist in over 4 months. I have an appointment with her today. I need to go. Can we please talk about this after I pick up the girls and bring them to daycare? Go. She leaves and I head upstairs to bed to take a nap. Waking up, I make this update. Checking the camera, she made it home, came upstairs and tried to come into my room but I loved the door. Tried to knock but I'm asleep. She goes to the living room to take a nap where she currently is. I'll update more later when I can. Thank you everyone for your thoughts and advice. I am reading all of your comments. Make it as quick and clean as possible. Cover your bases. A blowout confrontation might feel good but it's generally unhelpful to your interests. Do not conduct this in front of your kids. She will use them against you and make you the bad guy. But have an answer for them as to why things are happening and have failed. Don't leave a non-explanation where they are left to fill the blanks, blaming themselves. Protect yourself. Make sure there's video or at least audio running, assuming your one-party consent, of every interaction you have with her for your safety against false claims. I don't know how to tell my boys. That's all I'm worried about. Also, as a guide, be hard on the facts, but soft on the people. Meaning, the circumstances cannot continue because they cannot work. Not because their mother is an evil, fill in the blank. She has nowhere to go and no money saved. She has 4 kids, 2 with me and 2 with her ex. She's going to wake up and say anything to fix the situation. It's her problem, she ducked up her life. Don't let her duck your kids and yours. And even with that situation as the backdrop, she could not control herself. In practice, you could view her staying with you as enabling her to not hit rock bottom. Every addict needs to hit rock bottom, or they'll never stop. Until the pain of not dealing with her problems exceeds the pain of her inaction, she will be stuck. This is something only she can work on. These kinds of orienting broad strokes sound appropriate for telling your kids. Everyone has problems to deal with. Their mom has to go and deal with hers. If/when she's better, there may be a place for her. Or maybe not. Sometimes the genie cannot be put back in the bottle. That's a lesson too. And that is a big ol' pile of not your problem. She knew what the conditions were to keep living with you. It was simple and should be very easy for a person to follow if they want to be in a relationship. That condition was, don't cheat. That's it. That's the only singular thing she had to do to keep a roof over her head. And she couldn't do it. Let her go stay with Jermaine. Tell her that she is trying to fix something that no longer exists. Don't let the kids be homeless. Even if it means contacting her ex and having his 2 kids go be with their dad and your 2 kids stay with you. If you've been together 8 years, your kids are under 8. That's too young to be given details about their mother's behavior. Get the kids a therapist. Yep. Revisit the custody agreement in family court, man. Keep your kids. Dads aren't second-class parents. I agree her previous partner did not let her kids on when she wasn't there, potentially leaving them in a dangerous situation. I would be worried about them while she's around these dubious types of characters. First, I just want to say that really sucks for you and your family to have to contend with. Second, it sounds like you're a strong person that will keep their family together despite all of this. What helped me get out of a relationship with someone who is not only alcoholic but a narcissist and abuser? It's different from your situation since I didn't have kids with them but almost did. I recognized a pattern of their behavior and imagined it repeating throughout our life together. I realized how this person would be an ultimate burden and I wasn't responsible for their behavior or actions. No amount of forgiveness or love would heal them. They won't change if they don't want to. Your kids will be disappointed day by their mom's behavior. Definitely start separating assets and get your children into some sort of counseling so they can work through these feelings. Having an emotionally neglectful parent is very impactful and they should talk about it. I think you're a good dad for what it's worth and have done the best you can to protect your family. I wish you the best. I recognized a pattern of their behavior and imagined it repeating throughout our life together. This is spot on. The first 8 years I was with her was exactly that. A constant repeat in behavior. After I left her for 5 years and she came back, at first it was like meeting a totally different person. But when she got drunk the other night it was like reliving our past. Update. Caught GF in a lie. Rant. It's been a while since I thought I would update on what has happened so far. So after having the conversation of the ex moving out of my room and her saving money to move out, she's been extremely remorseful. Cut contact with Jermaine, wrote a no contact message to him, and was asking to go to couples counseling. I agreed to go to couples counseling, and set up the appointment. Going to the appointment I thought it would help with feeling better, but it just felt like it brought everything to the surface all over again. 5 years of sorting myself out just to have it dumped on the table in front of me again. It made me feel like the ex had no idea the pain she has caused me. She has no idea on how to handle this, and I'm not certain she can handle putting in the work to fix this. The thing that is the hardest for me is I have no one to talk about this. My family doesn't care to hear about my problems. Same with what friends I do have. I just get the typical "sorry man, you'll figure things out." I have to be the emotional rock and hold everything together when I just want to vent and be heard and understood. At this point I'm just waiting for the ex to save enough money to move out. Even though she doesn't make enough to sustain a place. I already went over all of her finances and there's no way she can make it on her own. And that makes me feel like I have a responsibility to help her so the kids don't see her struggle. A man is only as good as what he can provide for others, right? There are some huge differences to her now than who she was before. I think that's probably why I'm seeing what happens next. The fact she is so remorseful. She tries to show me she cares. I'm just not sure it's going to be enough. Even though she cut contact with Jermaine, I still question everything now. Why am I doing this to myself? She chose to step out. The fact that doing so is hurting her financially is her problem. Not your monkey, not your circus. She made choices. She is no longer your responsibility. It is time for her to put on her big girl pants and learn how to make it as a single person. Agreed. I just don't want the kids to see her struggle. I don't care to see her go. I care about how it affects the kids seeing how bad their mom struggles. I've never had a subject fit what I went through as close as this. I used the same logic and it only hurt me in the end. I wasted time, emotions, money and the way my kids look up to me. They lost respect and saw me as an idiot. Sounds rough, right? It also messed up my future relationships. My ex never learned to fend for herself, and last year when she was dying from cancer she told me and everyone how stupid I was. I'm 57 and alone. That's what happened to me. I pray it turns out better for you. I'm going to kick her out. I will update after the shit show. This really hit me hard. Not your job. She made the choice to struggle. Your financial assistance comes with the string of monogamy attached to it. She broke that string. Your kids need you to be in a good place mentally, psychologically and physically. As well as to be put first in your life. Not her. She is not going to be good once she's on her own. She knows this, so understand once reconciliation is off the table, right course of action should be moving on, monkey branching will begin. She will be actively searching for another human to live off of. A custody fight might be in the future if you can care for them as a primary custodial parent. I didn't think I could do it, until I did it. Now my oldest child is very happy. Your kindness and compassion are being seen as weaknesses in her view, and if you melt when she shows her remorse, she knows it. You're getting hooked like a fish taking the bait. Those are great qualities that you have. Don't let them be scarred and hardened, because you will find someone who needs, appreciates, and reciprocates those properties. I agree, she views me as weak. Only when I pull away does she become more remorseful. I have set a date. I told her 30 days, that's when she said she wanted to do couples counseling. I'm sure she thinks that this can be fixed and she can continue to live a comfortable lifestyle. Then I think you need to be upfront with her. Tell her you will attend the couples counseling, but it will not mean you will stay together. She still has to move out. Basically tell her there is nothing she can do to make you want her to stay. She threw you and the relationship away. There is no third chance. I think this is the route I will end up taking. Been thinking this for a while now. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. I'm so sorry. I also gave my soul a second chance, and it wasn't even 3 months before I found out she was talking to the same guy again. I read all your posts and can't find who Jermaine actually is. Long story short. Ex cheated on me with him and got pregnant with his child. She ended up having an abortion. Wow. So she's still talking to the same guy 5 years later, putting on a corset for him, and he's even married. Yeah, this is even worse than I thought. Dude, she's an adult woman who made her choices. How is she ever gonna learn if you keep protecting her from the windfall? In 10 years' time, she'll still not have enough money to move out. Do you have 10 extra years of your life to spare? Lol, she's only remorseful because she's losing the one who literally supported her with her own bills and life. There's a post that someone said a girlfriend said she wanted to sleep with others, likely already was, and she absolutely has lighted him and put it on him as the issue, and she had zero empathy and pity. Absolutely no dignity. Then when he showed the respect he had for himself and ended it without a second thought, and he said pack your shit, it's over, she suddenly was so remorseful and regretful. She's just using you. Not rocket science, man. You said you're not doing this again in your last post, and now you've changed your mind. All I can say is good luck. No one can do anything for you to do anything, but trust me, you will regret it. The pain and suffering you have already endured is nothing compared to what will come with her. Will update soon. I kicked her out. Op has not updated his post. Me thinks he has not moved on. Good luck to you, sir. We hope that by sharing these stories with interested folks like you, we can help people recognize the signs of a relationship in trouble, and avoid so many of these heartbreaking situations yourselves. Have a good day or night, wherever you are.